Would I buy the Jeep Gladiator again?
Wow.
Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. So would I buy the Jeep Gladiator again? You know, I've had this truck for several months now. Bought it because I thought it was interesting, of course, for the channel, and wanted to experience. To be honest with you, didn't love it at first, but fell in love with it after I saw it and actually got to drive one. But would I buy it again? Well, you know, there's a few things to consider. You know, on any new vehicle that you get, especially a brand new model like this, you kind of have to look at reliability. And I gotta say, there have been a couple of things. You know, I've talked about them on the channel before, so I won't go into length here, but I've had some gremlins. You know, a check engine light, an auto stop failure, and then also a black screen on the radio. But that's it. And none of those have been debilitating. You know, I haven't had to pull over, turn the truck off. It didn't not start, nothing like that. It's always been reliable as far as drivability is concerned, which, let's face it, that's the whole reason we get the vehicles, right? They need to be able to get us where we need to go when we want to go. We took this truck on a long distance trip, 19 hours in the seat, actually probably about 9 to 10 hours, 2 days. But that's a long time to sit in the seat of any vehicle, right? And it did perfectly. No issues, no weird lights, and strangely enough, on that whole trip, I didn't have any of those warning lights or anything. Nothing popped up, which was good. I'd hate to have been on the first leg of the trip and then have the check engine light come on. That can be kind of harrowing, don't you think? But that didn't happen. As far as the comfort and everything in the truck, I love that. It's very comfortable, blast to drive. Probably better than any truck I've ever owned, barring the full-size Tundra, I guess. I would put it equivalent to the full-size Tundra as far as comfort goes. Power-wise, it's awesome. I would again say that excluding the V8 motors of the full-size trucks, it is the most powerful mid-size truck that I've had. You know, very responsive, always gets up and goes when I want to, no lags. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand vehicle lag. You know, if I'm at a light and I want to go, I want to go. I don't want to have to wait for the motor to catch up. And everything's drive-by-wire now anyway, right? So it should be pretty much instantaneous. And the Jeep Gladiator is like that. From a modding standpoint, I mean, let's be honest, I do run a modding channel primarily, and there are plenty of options out there for the Jeep Gladiator. You know, it's kind of like the Toyota Tacoma. I really think they kind of run neck and neck with the availability of mods and things that you can do to your truck. Now, it's not just the availability to mods, but it's the simplicity of them. You know, fortunately, Jeep has built the truck in such a manner that anybody can get out there, for the most part, and turn a wrench, right? For the aesthetic type mods. I'm not talking about ripping your motor apart and, you know, putting a supercharger on it or anything more advanced like that. But for the weekend warrior, you know, you can get out there, you can add what you want and make the truck your own. Now, of course, I've done that, you know, on my truck, and all of this has been done by me. I put the new front bumper on. I put the blacked out grille with surround on. Of course, we have the grate, if you will, in the headlights here. I did not do the wheels and tires, but who does? You take it to a shop. If you're like me, you probably don't have a tire machine in your garage. I certainly don't. Did the side steps, pretty simple to do, bolt on, no big deal. Of course, the little cap or cover right here over the ugly chrome keyhole. The painting on the sides for the trail rated badge. The window tinting I did have done somewhere else. And then, of course, the tonneau cover and the paint on the rear bumpers, the tow hooks, and then adding the additional tow hook for that matter. All of that stuff was very, very simple. Again, I think anybody can do it. As long as you have a rudimentary set of tools, anybody can get out there and turn the wrench on these things. Pretty darn simple. Now, as far as lifts go and things like that, mine, of course, isn't lifted. It is a little bit taller because of the larger tires that are on it. But I'd be very curious to know how it performs with a lift. You know, that's one of the things that I'll honestly probably do down the road at some point. Nothing I'm looking at doing anytime soon. I'm quite happy right now with what I have, the way this truck is set up right now. I think it looks awesome, and I'm not even sure that it really needs a lift. But that is one thing to consider in my overall happiness and whether I would buy this truck again. You know, Jeep keeps coming out with these brand new models, these hopped up, more power versions, and it's very tempting. You know, they have the 392 Wrangler that they just announced recently. That thing sounds awesome. 0 to 60, I think, in 4.5 seconds. Wouldn't that be cool in the Jeep Gladiator? Right up my alley, man, what I'm looking for. So you never know. But that begs the question, would I buy it again? You know, I've told a lot of people that if for some reason my Gladiator had gremlins or worse gremlins that it has right now, and let's say I had a lemon lot, you know, I'd buy another one. I would buy another one in a heartbeat. I love the truck. It is one of my top 3 vehicles. I've mentioned that before. I love it. It's awesome to drive. I headed out just this morning. I had to go to mail some stickers that a couple people had bought. And I'm driving, getting back to my driveway, and just enjoying the way that it felt, right? Maneuvering it around in my driveway. And I know I'm in my driveway, right? But it's in those tight, small places that you really get the feel of what a vehicle is like, right? The turning radius, how it responds, the camera that's in it. I mean, I back this truck up when I do park outside, like it obviously is today. The camera is spot on, has these little lines on the side where I can back up to my garage. I know exactly where to stop. It's a nice big screen so I can see it, although there is a bigger screen, which I'll probably go with eventually on the truck. But I love the way that it's set up in that respect too. It really doesn't feel like a big truck. It really does feel more like an SUV with a bed on the back, but it's not. And I love that about it. It's quick to whip around, it's fun to drive, it's very responsive, and absolutely, I definitely would buy it again. I highly recommend it, and I think anybody out there who's looking for a mid-size truck really ought to do themselves a favor and give it a try. At least go for a ride so that you can compare it, rather, with the other trucks that you're looking at. You might be surprised. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know if you've got yourself a Jeep Gladiator. Would you do it all over again? Would you buy that Gladiator again? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is about my other truck, my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.